there, it's Catherine here from Great Health Guide. Kat Millar is with us again. Now, Kat is a health and fitness coaching consultant and is also the owner of Get Results Training. So welcome again, Kat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming back. So, now, Kat, we've mentioned in a previous video about high intensity training. So can you talk a little bit more about that in terms of how hard or how high do we go in our intensity to get a good workout?
Yeah, great question. So when people hear that there's a better way to save time and to do high intensity, often there's a tendency to go very, very hard. And we've got to find this nice balance for you where you can find a middle ground, because if you go too hard, you potentially could put yourself off, get injured, and never want to do it again. So we've got to find this nice happy medium. So I just recommend that you just start pushing a little bit and just see how your body feels. So let's say at the moment you might do a 30-minute slow kind of run. Let's just start, every lamppost, you just pick it up a little bit and then slow it down. So instead of a flat run, you're just starting to do some kind of undulating type intervals. You don't necessarily have to go to the very steep peak straight away. So you start just a little bit undulating, then you gradually get a little bit more like this, and then eventually it's quite steep peaks. And what I mean by that is you might be sprinting for your life for 30 seconds and then maybe walking back. So you might be in a field and you sprint to the corner, you walk to that corner, sprint back, and do something like that. Just really basic. But a sprint for you when you start off might be just running as fast as you can, and then you might start eventually playing with your time. So you might think, well, that took me 28 seconds to get from here to here, and I'm just going to beat it. So instead of kind of worrying too much about your heart rates, if you do have some kind of monitor, it's cool. It can be quite fun to look at your numbers and improve your personal best and that kind of thing. But if you don't have any equipment and you just want to get going, have a look at your environment. Have you got some stairs you can run up? Have you got a skipping rope lying around? So what have you got at the moment? And you can actually make do with a lot of stuff that you've got at the moment. And then when you get bored of that, then you can look into buying something else or trying something else. But I recommend that you just start where you're at and just start slowly climbing and trying to beat your best. And eventually you should be able to get up to like a 20-minute workout where there's very high ups and down, peaks and troughs.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So even for, some of us who may be just starting our fitness journey, and we could say, look, I'm so unfit, and that's okay. It's like, for those people, what do you suggest? Like, what do you think?
I would start with just building the habit of getting into your exercise and enjoying it. And a lot of people do ask me what their heart rate should be, excuse me, when they start. And I just say, look, the first 3 weeks where you're building the habit of exercise is about enjoyment. That's the number one goal. So just enjoy it, and then just start increasing your intensity, because you don't want to keep increasing your time to be longer and longer and longer that you're training. It's better to just push your intensity up each week as you feel able.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That's great. Well, that's something for everyone. So, thank you so much, Kat. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the production from Great Health Alliance, Great Health Guide today. Any information made available on Great Health Guide, Great Health Alliance, or from Antalya Developments Proprietary Limited or Catherine Dodd is made available for interest purposes only. The topics chosen are topics of interest, and the content of the information only forms part of a public dialogue, exchange in relation to each topic. The purpose of making this information available is to stimulate research, discussion, and debate. Readers and listeners are encouraged to undertake their own research and consult with professional advisors to explore the metes and bounds of the topics discussed. As a consequence of the above, and in any event, the information made available is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Readers and listeners, and all people, should seek the advice of a qualified health provider with any questions regarding a potential or actual medical condition, or the proposed use of or decision not to use any particular product. Viewers should not regard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it at any time, including because of the content of any information made available here. The information should only be used, if at all, as a primer for viewers to decide whether the topic or topics is or are of interest, and if of interest, to consider whether to research them further and consult professional advisors about them. The views expressed are the views of the interviewees only. Antalya Development Proprietary Limited does not warrant, guarantee, or make any representation regarding the accuracy, veracity, adequacy, reliability, completeness or timelines of any information available on or arising in relation to the Great Health Guide, the Great Health Alliance, or from Antalya Developments or Catherine Dodd, or that it is suitable for any use other than for that described above. Neither Antalya Developments Proprietary Limited nor Catherine Dodd endorses the views of any contributors to or interviewees of Great Health Guide and Great Health Alliance.